Echoplex is a time-bending puzzle platformer. You're being pursued by duplicates of yourself, and the object of the game is to try and outsmart these echoes and unlock pieces of the full-motion story so that you can escape the Echoplex.
Join us!
It's not just the game, it's actually a story that you actually want to see the conclusion to.
Players increasingly don't have a special compartment in their brain for your indie game, so we have to be as polished as a AAA game.
I guess that's where the charm of indie comes from. It's not AAA.
I actually got attracted to the game, and I was just thinking, I have to soundtrack this. When the echo collides with the player, that was the thing that really hooked me.
Gaming and making games, it's art.
Indie games don't generally have live-action cutscenes.
Is it an opportunity? Absolutely. Is it risky? Absolutely.
We made the environment first. We built these corridors with these panels of color that represented the doors, and you can kind of walk through them into other corridors. And I think at one point Henk said to me, you know, it's cool, but what do you do in this environment? I said, well, what if there was someone following you? That's quite an interesting story. So they're mimicking what you did. They're just a few seconds behind you. And that developed into a series of puzzles. In terms of story, what I find interesting is to take a compelling character and put them in a high-pressure situation. There's a great opportunity in video to build out the world of the game.
With the green screen scene, I didn't really know the bigger picture of what it was going to look like.
Seeing it by itself, like just the short sequences of the film, is one thing, but when you see it in the game, while you're playing the game, and then when you collect the fragments and it puts together the frame via those pixels, it just makes something new out of it.
It really helps you engage in it, and it kind of motivates you to complete the level so you can find out what happens next in the storyline.
A lot of people, after playing the game, commented on like, wow, these scenes look like such high production value. It looks like they spent all their money on the scene. It's actually the other way around, because all of those scenes are shot in a studio like the size of a single garage, and it's all friends and family and colleagues acting in it. There's a pressure on a very small team to make something that is at least as interesting and hopefully as polished as you might see from AAA, and that's very challenging.
I don't really understand why you upset me sometimes. I'm tired and I'm cranky, and then you're like, oh, but can we do this? And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Well, I completely understand why he pushes people. You want to make amazing work.
I do believe in working with people who don't see things the same way that I do. That's going to make something interesting if we can navigate our way through the process together.
I feel like when you're an indie developer, you're not going to try and make a AAA game.
In order to stand out, you've got to be interesting, and you've got to be good, you've got to be polished. As we demoed the game, I really saw players connect with it. I saw people queuing to play the game. I saw people bringing their friends back. I saw people coming back 3 or 4 times to try and finish the demo. And for me, that might be the most important part of the development process, is making sure that we're making a game that players want to play.
When we put the game on green lights, this big YouTuber decided, here's a cool demo, I want to show it to the world. And I was just like, wow, this is so cool.
We're the first video game soundtrack to have an artificial intelligence master the whole thing.
Like, I thought the game was awesome when we first played it, like, because it was something we made. But then over time, it's gotten so far and it's gotten so good.
I was just like super stoked that people were playing the game.
I did play the game at Rage. I actually even got the Echoplex shirt. I was like, yes, yes.
To make work with an international team, to get it seen on an international stage, that's what's exciting about being a creator now.
Join us